Our talk today is about safety and caring, both for carer and client. Becoming a carer is mostly a labour of love. You love your parent and want to give back to them. However, in all that, there are things about caring you need to be aware of and understand. Both you and your loved one will benefit from learning about the role you together play in making your new home experience a happy and safe one. Wherever possible, you must discuss and agree on the shared responsibilities you'll face. Proper preparation and agreement is critical to ensure your protection in the carer role. Members of our Facebook group, Generation Boomers Aging Fearlessly, benefit from the regular updates on aging and caregiving we provide. If you'd like to join our group, check the details at the end of this video. It's free and simple to do. G'day, I'm Ron Simonson from Generation Boomers Aging Fearlessly. I'm going to allay any anxiety you may have about having to care for your beloved parent. Learning about safety will make your duty of care enjoyable and with less risk. Safety for you and your loved one is the most important element in caring to protect you both from harm. Unfortunately, it's also the least considered and most overlooked when giving thought to the carer's role. Safety is important, both at a personal level and to avoid legal issues in today's litigious world. In this video, we will concentrate on your loved one's physical safety. I'm going to give you 8 really important safety tips for caring for your aged parent. So here's tip number 1. People who are infirm need to be protected against falls. You don't want your mum or dad to suffer broken bones. Old age often means frailty, stiffness, difficulty of movement. Broken bones can lead to serious medical conditions, even early death. Please don't be complacent about this. Awareness of this risk can help family members work together to make a senior's home a safer place. We've made up a beautifully illustrated ebook in full color to help you learn in 8 easy steps helping an elderly person stand up from a fall. Check out the download instructions at the end of this video to get your copy. You really will need to consider installation of safety rails within and possibly outside your home, especially in wet areas such as bathroom or around the pool. Safety rails both protect against falls and encourage your parent into some gentle walking exercise. So our tip number 2 is about bathing your parent. 2 scenarios here. Either he or she is able to bathe unaided, or they need your help. If your parent is able to shower by themselves, a safety grab rail in the shower will provide confidence and support. Or if they need assistance, they can hang onto the safety rail for support while you wash them. For someone who is too frail to get out of a bathtub by themselves, a shower is a safer method using assistive devices such as a shower chair. There are lots of safety aids available to assist you both in the bathroom, and we'll be talking more about them in a future video. On to tip number 3, about taps and water temperature. Turning old-style washer-type taps that need to be wound in or out is difficult for people with poor hand or wrist movement. Ideally, all taps should have ceramic valves or levers. It's also possible to use gripping devices called tap turners. Most importantly, to avoid possible scalding, your hot water supply needs to be regulated. A tempering device will ensure hot tap water does not exceed a maximum 50 degrees Celsius. That's 122 degrees Fahrenheit, which is considered a sufficient temperature for domestic hygiene purposes. Scalding is a common but avoidable risk, particularly for elderly people. Our fourth safety tip is about lifting your aged parent after a fall. Falls are extremely common for seniors, and as many caregivers know, they can be very frightening. Getting an aged loved one back on their feet depends on several things, the most important being whether they were injured in the fall. The best advice, if there's any doubt, call emergency services for help. It's not uncommon for a panicked caregiver to hurt themselves trying to pick up a senior after a fall. The consequences may prevent further care duties for days, weeks, or longer, depending on the severity of the injury. It also puts the senior at risk of being dropped or maneuvered incorrectly. Without special patient lifting devices or assistance from other people, you should never try to lift your parent by yourself, especially in a wet area. Lifting someone after a fall has the potential to leave you with strained muscles or worse, or your parent injured and you're no longer able to care for them. Knowing how to lift a senior and assist in their mobility requires a video by itself, so we'll only touch on some important points today. It's vital you know how to assist your parent after a fall, so make sure you grab a copy of our illustrated ebook, Helping an Elderly Person Stand Up After a Fall. Safety tip number 5 is about personal alarm devices. If your parent is still capable of bathing unaided, but you are concerned about the danger of a fall, then you need to have some form of alarm or contact device so that in the event of their need, you will be immediately alerted. I'd recommend this anyway, so that your parent is able to be independent, but still in your purview when needed. This makes for ideal peace of mind for you both. The type of alarm I'd recommend is one that is on their person at all times, either on a lanyard around their neck or affixed to their clothing. This alarm will automatically call pre-programmed numbers when the button is pressed after a fall or for other need of help. Such an alarm will give you confidence to go about your duties both inside and outside your home, like at your daily employment, knowing your parent can contact you for help in any emergency. We'll be doing an ebook about personal alarms soon. If you'd like to be on our advance list to receive the first copies, see the link at the end of the video. In tip number 6, we'll talk about mobility aids. If your parent has difficulty getting around, either inside or outside, they may best use a rollator for support and mobility. This is also known as a wheelie walker or a wheeled walking frame. It will provide many benefits, including real independence and a seat to rest on. It also will promote some activity, which should be encouraged anyway, to maintain strength and muscle tone. The rollator can be used to assist them to stand up from a chair or sofa and can even be used as a chair itself. If your parent finds difficulty in bending due to back or hip problems, then perhaps a standing walking frame may be better. Your parent's professional health advisor will recommend the correct mobility device to use. I will be doing a detailed video in this series all about mobility devices, so keep watching this channel. Keeping walkways clear is our tip number 7. When using a rollator or other mobility device, the walkways need to be clear of obstructions, both for ease of use and to prevent tripping or falls. This could mean you may need to remove all loose floor mats in any walkway or affix them to the floor by some means to allow easy movement and avoid your parent possibly tripping over them. It is important that all walkways are kept clear and uncluttered, so if you have children in your home, they need to be made aware of possible consequences when toys or other objects are left lying around. So now we come to tip number 8. In case of fire, smoke alarms. It's now well and truly proven smoke detectors save lives. Your home needs an early warning of a fire. You need to have smoke alarms fitted throughout the house. Your local fire station will be happy to advise where these should be placed for best protection in the event of a fire. You should also have at least one fire blanket and fire extinguishers installed and readily accessible. And our last tip, number 9, is also about fire, this time having an evacuation plan. An evacuation plan is a critical part of keeping your home safe. There is always shock and panic involved from being in a fire situation. If fire was to break out in your home for any reason, you need to know how to get out of the building in a hurry and where to meet up with everyone else to ensure no one is missing. Having a plan will avoid possible panic and allow for easier exit from your home. And as part of this evacuation plan, for any doors you normally keep locked, you need keys readily to hand to avoid having to search for them in an emergency. So to summarize, let me restate. Safety is the number one carer concern for both your benefit and for your parent. You need to be super protective of you both. Your parent needs to be protected against injury and illness that can occur as part of daily activity and also due to unforeseen events. To help you in this, there is an extensive range of aids and equipment specially designed for care, both for safety and mobility, but we'll talk about these in a later video. Safety in your home is applicable to any care situation and for any cared for person, either male or female, aunt or uncle, granddad or grandma, or dear friend or partner. Whilst this is by no means a comprehensive answer, I hope this video is helpful to you. If you'd like more information about aging and caregiving, you can join my Facebook group, Generation Boomers Aging Fearlessly, or you can contact me by email at ron.s@ronsimonson.com. If you found value in this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel by clicking the links below. And feel free to comment. I promise I will answer them all.